Great to be joined again by Riverina livestock agents James Tierney with the latest from a very busy market at Wagga. How are you, James?
Yeah, good, thanks, Ricky. Yeah.
Looking at the figures from Meat and Livestock Australia, looks like over the last 7 days, some decent volumes of cattle and, as usual, sheep going through Wagga. What's the general feel there at the markets?
Look, it's actually on the sheep and lamb side first. It's just got dearer and dearer. It's pretty weird, really. Like the lamb market probably as dear as it's been all year, which is a funny time for it to happen. Usually in October, you wouldn't expect it. And deer. I mean, some of the southern centres aren't yarding many, but we've been, there's 57,000 lambs, 17,000 sheep the last week, and it was all dearer. Today we've seen 37,000 lambs and about 10,000 old sheep, and we've seen a significantly dearer lamb market. It's $10 up to $20 dearer this morning. I think today's lamb sale is probably about as dear as we've seen it all year, really.
Yeah, that's quite phenomenal. In fact, if you believe the figures from MLA, 819 cents a kilo carcass weight for trade lambs, which is at a premium, for instance, compared to Deniliquin, 782. But you're getting people from a fair distance coming to the markets?
Yeah, we are, yeah. As usual, numbers bring numbers of buyers. Today, again, they're made more than that. Like a lot of our lambs today are probably $8.50 a kilo. So,
wow.
And at times touching the magic $9. So, no, it was pretty solid today. And hoggets and things are all, some of the hoggets, and it could be $30 to $50 dearer. So, we just haven't sold the old sheep just yet here today, but they were a little bit stronger last week. But yeah, no, very, very good day today.
And if you had to sort of throw a dart at a dartboard of what the reasons might be that we're seeing those sort of premiums, anything you could hit the bullseye on?
Around numbers. Just as so many stock can't move. All of a sudden, it's a bit hard to get lambs with weight, as in they're over 24 kilos. They're not as common as what they were, 6 or 7 weeks ago. And the south hasn't started yet. So, like you Ballarat and southeast and South Australia, those markets haven't really started to get going yet. So,
yeah, I noticed there was an 894 reported by MLA in the last week from Naracoorte, so the supply must be tight at this stage there as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's swing across to the cattle a bit earlier in the week. Some decent numbers going through Wagga as well by the looks of it, and a reasonable premium as well.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, very good. Monday we saw feeder cattle a little bit cheaper, but the rest of the market was very, very strong. I thought cows were similar to a bit better, and good fat cattle sold really well as well. So, and restocking, light cattle, they just continue to do what they do. They're quite amazing what they're making, really. So, yeah, there seems to be no stopping the beef market at the minute either. And some recent numbers, not massive for this time of year. I have seen it a lot more than what it is now, but the wet weather's just, and the amount of feed around, it's just sort of prohibiting that a little bit.
Looking at the broader sort of eastern states young cattle indicator, the ECI, it does seem like it's just sort of levelised out at the moment. It did climb back after fears about foot and mouth disease. We managed to get on top of that, but it does seem maybe people are just watching and with interest, just hanging on to stock, perhaps not necessarily throwing it out in the market just yet.
Yeah, I think that is the case. And retaining as many females as they can, obviously, with they're the herd being. But I think that is a pretty fair assessment of it all, really. Like, no one's in a big hurry. I think we've probably seen it as dear as it's going to be. No one ever really knows that, but I wouldn't thought it'd get any dearer. So, people are selling what's ready sort of thing, and that's what I'd be doing. If they were mine, I'd be just as they're ready, keep selling them. I guarantee that it has to stay where it is forever. Never is.
No, that's right. Just before I let you go, is there sort of any, tales or things to share about just the flooding impacts locally, not just in terms of stock movement, but just how people are holding up in the area?
Look, it's getting difficult, particularly if you go north of Wagga and out into the central west, where the water's really lying around in those river systems. They tell me this morning the bridge is closed on Doblin. There is a lot of water out there. I was out there myself on Tuesday, and it's just got nowhere to go. All the river systems full, and unbelievable total terrain around. So it's starting to have a really, really negative impact on the cropping side of things.
Well, if people want more insights for the local market in the Riverina, they could reach you at via riverinaagents.com.au.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
All right, James Tierney, thanks very much for joining us again on Flow. Much appreciated.
Good on you, Ricky. No worries.